Hey there, good evening guys. Welcome back to my second issue of my video blog. This is Will again, and today I'd like to talk a little bit about this story that really bothers me about something called Oculus Rift that Facebook just acquired for about $2 billion. See over here this guy? He's wearing an Oculus Rift um, headset. It's basically virtual reality. So why did Facebook buy Oculus Rift? Well, it turns out that Facebook has the largest user base of any application ever, of about 1.3 billion users, and they're thinking about doing something like the Second Life kind of like game. So what's it like? What is that? What is a Second Life game or World of Warcraft? Well, basically these are immersive, very addicting video games where you get lots of people together in a virtual world and they don't really interact in the real world after a while so much, which I have a problem with. Well, if that's such a big deal, what's the issue, right? Well, it turns out that World of Warcraft had about 8 million users, which is a lot of people to be addicted to a game. And in terms of Second Life, they've had about 21.3 million users that were registered. So that's huge. These are a lot of people to be addicted to like a virtual world. And but the thing is, when you have billions of people, 1.3 billion people, all immersed in a virtual world, you have some serious issues there. And I wrote about digital addiction, which is becoming more and more prevalent um, in today's day and age, and it's included in my new book, The Medical Librarian's Guide to Natural Mental Health, Anxiety, Bipolar, Depression, Schizophrenia, and Digital Addiction, Nutrition and Complementary Therapies. So I talk about in this book the digital addiction, which is not a DSM-5 term, Diagnostic and Statistical Manual 5th edition term, but it is my term because we're addicted not only to video games, online gambling, porn, what have you, smartphones, all that. But we're addicted to a lot of things. So video games can actually create, if you do too many hours of video gaming, it can lead to clinical depression. It's a dangerous mix, especially if the person is a teenager. And a lot of the gamers these days are teenagers. So, very bad. A lot of, 1.3 million people going into a video game. Yeah, I don't like that. Internet addiction can physically harm the brain. I talk a little bit more about that in the book. But actually, what it talks about in the book is that internet addiction can actually damage the white matter of the brain in the same way that cocaine or heroin or things of that nature can damage the brain as well physically.